Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Night Phase. Bring you my review for Toy Story 4. So I just got back from the movie theaters. This is a film I've been anticipating and kind of nervous about because the original trilogy ended perfectly with the third one. So it's been 9 years after that, and I didn't think Pixar had it in them to give us a great adventure, and they did. They hit it out of the park. We'll get all into that. I'm gonna give you my non-spoiler thoughts as I always do. So after the 5 minute mark, I'm gonna dive into spoilers and try to keep this brief, give you my overall feels and definitely a lot of feels, impression, and my rating first, and then we dive into spoilers. You already know how it goes. So yeah, Toy Story 4. Was looking forward to it. Was a little nervous, but after hearing all the overwhelming positive reviews, it lives up to the hype. They deliver. Pixar did it again. This is officially the perfect quadrilogy. I don't know any movie franchise that has accomplished that. It's crazy just to wrap your head around 4 movies, and they're all great. All of them are great. In terms of ranking them, I still love Toy Story 3 is my favorite. Then Toy Story, I think 1 will be second. Toy Story 4 will be third, and Toy Story 2 will be the last one. Even Toy Story 2, I love to death. Even though it's my least favorite, it's still so good. These films are all great, and they bring something new every time you watch them, and you learn something new, and that's the biggest takeaway with these films. That's why it's one of my favorite franchises. So we got our favorite toy characters returning, Woody and Buzz. You've seen the trailer. It's about Woody protecting this new toy that's hasn't been this concept of creating a toy within the Toy Story world hasn't been introduced yet. So it was so fascinating to see Forky, Bonnie's new toy. And if you've seen Toy Story 3, how it ended, Andy gave away Woody Buzz to Bonnie, so she's the new owner of these toys. And so, yeah, shenanigans ensues. They go on another adventure when Forky can't accept that he's a toy, and he throws himself off the RV. And then we meet up with Bo, a returning character, which I love what they did with Bo. Love what they did with her. Give her so much more character depth, and made her so empowering. Empowering, like I can't say that word. Empowering. Such an empowering character. But it fits so well within her character. It didn't feel forced. It felt earned and natural. And she was great. I love all the scenes with Bo. She was a complete badass. I'll say it, even though it's a Disney Pixar, she was a badass. And great supporting new characters like, was it Ducky and Bunny, voiced by Jordan, and Key and Peele, basically Key and Peele. They're so funny. Oh my god. The humor when it hits, it hits. It's so fun. And of course, the emotional beats. Just like Toy Story 3, towards the end, I was in tears. They got me again. They pull on your heartstrings. Like, bravo to Pixar. They just nailed it. This could easily flew off the rails, and it didn't. It's earned. It's earned all the universal acclaim and praise. I mean, this film was just amazing from start to finish. The voice acting, Tom Hanks voicing Woody, Tim Allen voicing Buzz Lightyear, Keanu as Duke Kaboom, Scene Stealer. Oh my god, he was so great. And I even like what they did with Gabby Gabby. My god, our film's villain, or so we think. That's all I'm gonna say. I love where they took her character and the direction they went. And yeah, it just filled with so many surprises. And by the end, I guarantee you, if you're so invested in this franchise with these characters, because they're so lovable, they feel like your toys, like, your latch on to your childhood is Toy Story, just like me, then yes, you will weep. You will cry. You'll be in tears at the end. But it's like a joyous feeling, knowing that they stuck the landing, and it was great. Can't wait to rewatch it. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely go see Toy Story 4 if you're a fan of this franchise. If you just want to see a great family film in general, Toy Story 4, you have to see it. It is my number 2 favorite film of the year. It just, dethroned John Wick Chapter 3. Now it's number 3, and number 1 being Avengers Endgame, of course. But man, I just thoroughly enjoyed myself, and at least my audience wasn't as unbearable and annoying with the kids, because you know how it is, because it's Toy Story. Of course, the family's gonna bring the kids, and that's fine. I'm talking about the kids that are out of control and the parents don't do jack shit about it. Now that's annoying, and I had to deal with that when I went to go see Incredibles 2, which was, my God, it was the worst movie theater experience. Having these kids do somersaults all around me, and the parents don't do nothing. God, I hate that. It's mainly the parents. The parenting, they're just so, ignorant and irresponsible. Anywho, there's a quick little rant on that. But no, it was, a few babies crying here and there, but it didn't, ruin the overall experience for me. I went opening night at 6 p.m. and I was able to snag the last ticket sitting way in the back, so that really benefited me a lot. And thankfully I didn't have to sit next to kids. I'm not trying to say like I hate kids or whatever, but when it comes to certain parents that let their kids do whatever they want, it's unbearable sometimes. You can relate. I know you can. Anywho, I'm gonna have to give this a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It was fantastic. It's the perfect quadrilogy now. Four films in Toy Story quadrilogy that are just great all around. All great films. I'm so happy. So happy to say that, because like I said, this could have easily failed. This could have easily been just a cash grab for Pixar and Disney, but no, they put their heart and soul into it, giving us a great story, giving us more character arcs, and just building upon that, and it paid off wonderfully. By the end, just like I felt with Toy Story 3, I felt the same way with Toy Story 4, that it was a perfect ending, a perfect wrap-up to the story. Amazing. I didn't think it was possible, but it is. And when you look back on it, you think to yourself, after seeing this film, like, no, this movie was essential. This story needed to happen to just tie up the story with our favorite toy characters, with Woody and Buzz. I can't believe it, but they somehow managed to do that, managed to make you feel like Toy Story 4 was essential to complete this franchise, and it feels that way, and I love it. I love it. Thank you, Pixar. You guys are the best. So those are my non-spoiler thoughts. We're going to dive into spoilers. 3, 2, 1. Spoiler talk. Spoiler talk. I like Forky. Let's start with Forky. I found it so hilarious how he kept jumping in the trash, because that's his origin. That's where he originated from. He was born from trash. So he kept saying, "Oh, you're trash too, right, Woody?" Like, it was so funny. That was a hilarious bit. I didn't think I thought I would find Forky annoying, but no, he was such an endearing character, important character, because he meant so much to Bonnie, and I love how they tied that in with her being, afraid to go to kindergarten, and I could only imagine me as a kid going in kindergarten. I barely remember it, but probably feeling nervous, butterflies in your stomach, because you're just so used to being at home playing with your toys and stuff, and going out in the world, meeting new people, making new friends. It's scary, So I love that they tied that in with the importance of Forky, and Woody knew that right away by jumping into Bonnie's backpack and seeing that for himself. Yeah, I love it. Like, man, they wrote the script to this movie. Is amazing. It's on point. It's so good. Yeah. So then we go on an RV road trip. Forky throws himself out the window like you saw in the trailer, which is hilarious. Then Woody. I'm just jumping ahead. Sorry, I'm all over the place, but let's start at the very beginning when they show us the flashback 9 years ago with Andy. Oh my God, I didn't think they were going to do that, but it was so perfect. They actually show what happened to Bo Peep, and basically she was given away. Andy's sister didn't want her anymore, which is so sad, messed up. But she didn't want her. She gave her away. They were on a mission to save RC, the RV. The little toy car. Yeah, and such a beautiful scene, because Woody had an opportunity to go with her, but he couldn't leave Andy because he saw Andy still needed him, in the background. Andy's like, "Where's Woody?" And such a heartbreaking moment. I love the way they opened the movie with that scene, with that flashback. I think it was very important and essential to show that, the past, to give us something to remind us about the original trilogy, which was Andy, and then the way they segue into Andy all grown up, where we left off, him giving Woody to Bonnie and the rest of his toys. I just love that transition. The way they did that was so beautiful. I love that they did that. So it was great. The opening credits were great because of it. You got a friend in need. It's just it's this nostalgia feels. I was already loving the movie by that point. I was like, oh, this movie got me. Pixar, you got me again. Dang it. Yeah. So going back to the RV trip, they go to like this fair, this carnival land type place, and Woody spots Bo Peep's lamp, I believe. Through the artifact, the artifact store, and then we meet the scariest looking toys in the Toy Story franchise. These ventriloquist dummies that look like the dummy from that Goosebumps book, Night of the Living Dummy. Holy crap, they were terrifying. Just the way they walk, because you need somebody in there to control them, so they would just walk all like this. But like if their back gave out on them, it's just like crazy, intense. I think I caught a subtle little reference when they were talking to Gabby in the carriage, and the dummies were pushing Woody and Forky during that scene. I swear I heard the theme, the song from The Shining. I don't know what it's called, but I recall it's The Shining, because it's that theme of the Overlook Hotel towards the end of The Shining, talking about The Shining, when you see Jack Nicholson's face on the portrait of the Overlook Hotel. Yeah, that musical score is in here, so it just added more tension. So, and I love what they did with Gabby. Just yeah, turned my expectations. Expecting her just to be a villain, and no, she wasn't. She was much more than that towards the end, and I love what they did with her character. She just essentially wanted to be accepted because her voice box, she felt imperfect because she needed to repair her voice box, and Woody had a good one. It's still good condition, so she wanted his pull string voice box, so she could have one and be accepted and feel like a perfect toy, feel worthy enough for a kid. And it was heartbreaking towards the end when the little girl just said nah and just dropped her. That was messed up. I felt for Gabby, and I'm glad they didn't kept her as a villain from that point forward. I'm glad they gave her a redemption kind of arc where that was her purpose. She just wanted something, and that was it. So she wasn't really a villain like what was it, Lotto Bear from Toy Story 3. He was a real piece of you already know, he was like the worst villain, I think. How dare you leave my toys hanging in the incinerator? I'll never forgive Lotso Bear for that. I think that's still the worst villain, like the most evil villain from Toy Story. It's the bear from Toy Story 3. Yeah, but I love what they did with Gabby. Huge surprise. Duke Kaboom. Oh my God, Keanu. We are in the Keanu songs. I love every minute of it. Oh yeah, for Canada. Yes, I Canada. Yeah, like it's just so great. He was chewing up the scenery. I loved every minute of it. I like that he had a backstory too, that his owner, the kid, couldn't accept him either just because of damn commercial. It is so true, because the way commercials and advertisement, they over exaggerate things, product placements, and when you get them, it's not how it's pictured or how it's showed, and we're like somewhat disappointed. And that's what happened with his kid owner. He just, oh, you can't do it, Kaboom. You can't, fly as high as, and the commercial. Oh man, I felt for Keanu's character, surprisingly, and of course, the hilarious toys in this film have to go to Bunny and Ducky, voiced by Jordan Peele and Keegan Michael Key, I believe. Yeah, Key and Peele. They were great. They were a great duo. Oh, they were so funny. Yeah, they the whole thing, the whole schnick about them coming up with a plan to attack the old lady 3 times, hilarious. The funniest part of the film, when Buzz is like, "How do we get the key?" They're like, "We're gonna do this," and it's just every time they came up with a plan, it was to attack the old lady. Buzz is like, "No," and then the last one was the best part, because they were like, "Where are you going with this?" It's like, "Wait for it," and it shows the old lady doing her daily routine, like locking up the antique store, going home, driving home, taking a bathtub, drinking wine, and then And then when she's sleeping in bed, they just come up like with their eyes wide open. Oh man, it was so funny, so funny. The humor was there. It landed. It was so great. Um, I liked Buzz Lightyear's whole thing with I like Buzz Lightyear's whole thing with sorry, it was a pop up. It was distracting. His whole thing with the voice, his inner voice. That's what Woody tells him about his conscience, and he takes it as a literal meaning. So he starts hitting the buttons, like the voice commands. Oh, it was so funny, and that was actually guiding him on his mission, to find Woody. Man, so many great moments. That I noticed that the main characters didn't stand out more. They let more of the supporting characters kind of shine through, but I really dug that because they were all fascinating, and I appreciated the time and love they gave to those characters, as well as Woody and Buzz. We still got enough of them, but we know them, we're familiar with them, so it was cool that they gave the spotlight to the supporting characters, and they were all great. Forky, Bo, Bunny and Ducky, Gabby. I was in tears when Gabby found that girl. She was lost, and she accepted her. Oh, that's when the tears started coming down. Beautiful moment. And Bo, such a strong, empowering character, female character. Yeah, she just took charge, and you bought into the fact that, she was a lost toy, and she felt more free than lost. You know, and I like the whole bit when Woody grabbed her arm and he totally ripped her arm off, and she's like, ah! It's a funny moment. But she, she's the badass. She just duct tapes her arm. She's like freaking Rambo, like the toy Rambo, So cool. Yeah, and those dolls, man, those ventriloquist dummies. Oh my god, and the whole thing with the cat, insane. Just tension-filled moments like that, where you're on edge. When any one of these toys could be ripped to shreds by that cat, So that was a great callback, also because the cat being like a foil to the toys, like in Toy Story 1 with Sid having the dog. Remember? So that was cool. They used the cat this time. But yeah, I loved it, guys. It was so good. It was so endearing. Pulls on your heartstrings, hits all the emotional beats. It's fun. It's funny. It's heartfelt. It has everything you would ever want in a Toy Story film, and I loved every minute of it. Oh, and I loved when they were trying to find their way back to the RV, and the toys rounded up, Jesse and them. Because at first I was like, are they gonna do anything? And they did towards the end when they were just sabotaging the RV. They were first was it the Triceratop, I believe, toy was mocking the GPS, like, turn right. Oh, no, you turn right now. And the dad was freaking out, like, oh. And then they had this whole thing with, was it the horse toy? Wanting the dad to be framed for something, for murder or something. Like, the dad needs to be framed for a crime. And then when the cops pull him over, he's like, yeah, your dad's going to jail. That was so funny. I love that. I love those little moments. Yeah, and then Forky, finally coming into his own, finally accepting that he's a toy. And he helped out at the end, even though he screwed it up towards the end where he was supposed to keep pressing the lock. But the biggest moment in this movie is when Woody, he stands up for himself. Not stands up for himself, but he realizes that he makes a big decision. Big, huge, monumental decision. The biggest decision in his toy life. And that is to spend the rest of his life with Bo, the one he loves. He feels good. Like what he said, it just makes sense. There are probably people that be like, "Oh, it doesn't make sense for Woody to abandon Bonnie because Annie gave Woody to Bonnie, and he should pay respect to that and by being loyal and staying to Bonnie." And I disagree. If you're one of these people that say I disagree, I feel like it was earned for Woody to stay with Bo, and especially they hit that home. They hit that on the nail when that moment he tells Bo that this is all he has left, because Bonnie keeps putting him in the closet. She keeps playing with Jesse, with Forky, so she's not being that appreciative of Woody like Andy was, which is sad. But you can't really blame Bonnie. I mean, she's a different toy owner. She's a little girl. She probably, yeah, she wants to play with Jesse more than Woody, and it just makes total sense. It just makes sense to me. It did. So Woody feels like he has more purpose staying behind with Bo, and he loves Bo. And yeah, it's uniting toys with kids is his purpose, his mission in life, and I felt that. So by the end, I was in tears when all the toys say goodbye to Woody, Rex, Sling, everybody. Just I was in tears, guys. It was a beautiful ending and wrap up. I was so happy for Woody. I think it was the right decision and the right move to have Woody stay with Bo. And I was kind of hoping for it in the end. I don't know if they were going to do it, but I'm glad that Pixar took it that direction. They took the risk, and it just felt right. It felt appropriate for Woody to stay behind. And, just a Buzz saying to infinity and Woody saying, finishing his sentence, and beyond. It's perfect. I mean, it's just a perfect ending. I loved it. It's a 10 out of 10, guys. Just emotionally satisfying. I laughed, wiping tears out of my face, and just a big, huge smile on my face. I love this movie. Yeah, Toy Story 4 was incredible. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you thought about Toy Story 4. Make sure you stay after the credits, too. I'm glad I did because I was posting my review on Instagram, and then there was more scenes that followed with Forky getting a new girlfriend, which is like a plastic knife. So that was great. And also Ducky Bunny, Bo, and Woody releasing all the toys for that amusement park game. Every time they faked that the kids would hit the bullseye, the target, so they would give them a toy. So they would walk out with a toy, which was great. And then we had that funny, hilarious scene with, again, Ducky and Bunny over-exaggerating their plans. Where Bunny's shooting laser beams and they're going gigantic, going after that, the game guy, the one that sets up the game. It was so funny. Oh, my God, I was laughing so hard. And Duke Kaboom going, whoa, that Keanu, whoa, yes, I love that. Keanu did that. He's like, you have laser eyes? Whoa. Love it. It's a reference to the Matrix, if you don't know. This Keanu, classic Keanu. But yeah, guys, it was great. Post your comments, let me know what you thought of Toy Story 4. Where does this rank up with the Toy Story films? Do you think it lived up to the hype and your expectations? Comment down below, let me know. Thanks for watching as always. If you're finding my channel for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well to stay tuned to any new videos that I post, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.